It's 5 a.m. The world is quiet. The streets are still. The sky is painted in shades of deep blue, and most people are lost in their dreams. But somewhere out there, a few people are already wide awake. They're reading, planning, running, writing, creating. They're not waiting for the day to happen. They're making it happen. These are the winners. What if I told you the first hour of your day decides the next 23? Think about it. When you start your morning in control, calm and focused, you set the tone for everything else. But when you start rushed, distracted, or stressed, the rest of your day often follows the same pattern. Let me tell you a quick story. Michelle Gass, former CEO of Kohl's, was known for starting her mornings at 4:30 a.m. to go running, no matter the weather. She said it wasn't just about fitness. It was about building mental strength before facing the world. Or take the example of Howard Schultz, the man who grew Starbucks into a global brand. He starts his mornings before sunrise, writing emails to inspire his team. These people didn't rise early just for the sake of it. They did it because they knew the quiet hours before the world wakes up are pure gold. In the next 50 minutes, I'll show you why waking up at 5 a.m. could be the turning point of your life, and exactly how to make it work for you. This isn't just about setting an alarm. It's about creating a mindset that transforms your mornings, and ultimately, your entire future. Part 2. Why 5 a.m.? The science psychology. Most people hear about waking up at 5 a.m. and think, that's just a trend, or that's for extreme morning people. But the truth is, this habit has deep roots in science, psychology, and human performance. It's not just about bragging rights. It's about using your mind and body's natural rhythms to your advantage. Let's break this down into 4 clear reasons why the 5 a.m. mindset actually works, backed by research and real-life examples. 1. The quiet hour advantage. Picture this. It's 5 a.m., your phone isn't buzzing, social media is silent, no one is emailing or calling you, and the world outside is still asleep. There's a peaceful stillness in the air. This is what's known as the quiet hour advantage, a time when distractions are almost non-existent. In this quiet, your brain has the perfect environment to enter deep focus mode. Psychologists call this a flow state, where you become so absorbed in your work or thoughts that time seems to disappear. Because there are fewer interruptions, you can think more clearly, solve problems faster, and create at a higher level. Another big benefit? You avoid decision fatigue early in the day. Decision fatigue happens when your brain gets tired from making too many small choices. Think about your usual mornings. Should I check my messages? What should I wear? Do I have time for breakfast? These micro decisions pile up. But at 5 a.m., before the noise starts, your mental energy is fresh, allowing you to work on the most important tasks without distraction or pressure. That's why many authors, artists, and entrepreneurs protect these early hours like gold. They know that 2 hours of focused work in the quiet morning can be more valuable than 6 hours in the middle of a chaotic day. 2. Circadian rhythm brain chemistry. Our bodies operate on an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. This 24-hour cycle affects everything from our energy levels to our mood, hormone production, and alertness. When you wake up at 5 a.m., you're actually aligning yourself with one of the most powerful phases of your natural rhythm. Here's why. In the early morning, your body produces a natural boost of cortisol, often misunderstood as the stress hormone, but in healthy levels, it's actually your alertness hormone. This surge helps you feel awake, focused, and ready to take on the day. Alongside cortisol, your brain also releases dopamine, the motivation and reward chemical, which makes it easier to start tasks and feel accomplished. If you wake up late, you miss a big part of this natural mental energy spike. By starting your day earlier, you tap into your body's built-in performance boost instead of fighting against it. There's also a sleep science benefit. Waking up early means you're more likely to get consistent, high-quality sleep because you'll naturally start going to bed earlier. Consistent sleep strengthens memory, creativity, and problem-solving skills. And when your brain is fully rested, your ability to focus and make good decisions skyrockets. Athletes and peak performers understand this well. That's why Olympic swimmers often start training before sunrise. They use those early hours when their body's chemistry is primed for energy and focus. 3. Mental discipline. If you can win your morning, you can win your day. Waking up at 5 a.m. isn't just a physical habit, it's a mental statement. Every time you get out of bed early, you're telling yourself, I'm in control of my life. You're choosing to act with discipline instead of comfort. The truth is, our brains love comfort. Staying in a warm bed feels safe and easy. But discipline is built by doing the hard thing when you don't feel like it. And when you start your day with a disciplined action, like waking up early, it sets the tone for everything that follows. Think of it like a chain reaction. If you can do something challenging at the very start of your day, you're more likely to make healthy food choices, stick to your workout, manage your time better, and stay focused at work. It's momentum. Military leaders have long understood this. Admiral William H. McRaven, a retired U.S. Navy SEAL, famously said, "If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed." The idea is simple. Accomplish one small task in the morning, and you'll build the mindset to accomplish bigger ones throughout the day. The 5 a.m. mindset works in the same way. It's not about the clock. It's about proving to yourself that you have the power to control how your day begins. 4. Case studies leaders, military, and athletes who live by the 5 a.m. rule. Let's look at a few examples of people who've used the 5 a.m. mindset to achieve extraordinary results. Michelle Gass. Before she became CEO of Kohl's, she was known for starting her mornings at 4:30 a.m. for a daily run. She believed that pushing herself physically in the morning prepared her mentally for the challenges of the day. Her early start wasn't just about exercise. It was about showing up to work already feeling strong, accomplished, and focused. Howard Schultz. The man who expanded Starbucks into a global brand didn't wait for the sun to rise to start working. He often began his day before sunrise, writing inspirational emails to his employees. For Schultz, those quiet early hours were a time to connect with his vision for the company without interruptions. Military training. The armed forces around the world, from the U.S. Marines to the Indian Army, start their training before dawn. Why? Because discipline, readiness, and physical conditioning all benefit from an early start. Soldiers learn to operate in challenging conditions, and waking up early becomes a symbol of resilience and commitment. Kobe Bryant. The late basketball legend was famous for his 4 a.m. workouts. He believed that getting up hours before his competition gave him an edge. By the time other players were starting their first training session, Kobe had already completed 2. That consistent advantage, multiplied over years, helped him become one of the greatest athletes of all time. These examples have one thing in common. They treat the early morning not as wasted time, but as prime time. The best hours to build their mind, body, and vision for the future. In summary, the science and psychology behind waking up at 5 a.m. are clear. The quiet hours allow for deep focus. Your body's chemistry is naturally primed for energy. The act builds discipline. And history is full of people who have used this habit to achieve greatness. It's not magic. It's about using time differently. When you understand the why behind the habit, it's easier to commit to the how. And in the next part, we'll go deeper into the specific benefits you'll notice when you start living the 5 a.m. mindset for yourself. Part 3, benefits of the 5 a.m. mindset. If you're still wondering whether waking up at 5 a.m. is worth it, let's look at what you truly gain from this habit. These aren't small, temporary benefits. These are life-changing shifts in your mind, body, and sense of self. Once you experience them, you'll understand why so many high achievers protect their early mornings like gold. 1. Clarity of mind, thinking without distraction. Have you ever tried to think deeply about something important in the middle of the day, only to get interrupted by phone calls, messages, or people needing your attention? By the time you get back to your thought, it's gone. Or worse, your focus is scattered. Now imagine this. It's 5 a.m. The world around you is silent. No one is emailing you. Social media is still asleep. Your family or roommates are still in bed. It's just you, your thoughts, and the soft sound of the morning. This is where clarity of mind lives. When you wake up early, you give yourself the gift of uninterrupted mental space. You can think about your goals, reflect on your life, and plan your day without the mental clutter that comes later. Psychologists have found that during these early hours, the brain is in a slower, more creative rhythm, perfect for problem solving, journaling, or visualizing your future. This clarity also makes your decision-making sharper. Without distractions, you can actually hear your own thoughts. You're not reacting to the world. You're deciding how you want your day and ultimately your life to go. It's no wonder that some of history's greatest thinkers and leaders have sworn by their early morning thinking time. They understood that in those quiet hours, your mind becomes like a still lake, reflecting your ideas back to you with perfect clarity. 2. Health energy boosting, metabolism, and mood. There's another massive benefit to waking up at 5 a.m. It can completely transform your health and energy levels. Most people say they don't have time to exercise, prepare a healthy breakfast, or even stretch in the morning. That's because they wake up so late that they have to rush straight into their responsibilities. But when you wake up early, you create time for your body. You can go for a run, hit the gym, do yoga, or simply take a brisk walk while the sun is rising. Morning exercise is more than just good for you. It triggers a chain reaction in your body's chemistry. When you work out in the morning, your metabolism gets a jump start, meaning your body burns calories more efficiently throughout the day. You also get a boost in endorphins, the brain chemicals that make you feel happy and reduce stress. Combined with the early morning surge of cortisol, which keeps you alert, and dopamine, which boosts motivation, you start your day feeling powerful instead of sluggish. And here's the best part. This energy stays with you. Instead of dragging yourself through the afternoon, you'll find you have more stamina, mental sharpness, and emotional stability. Even if you're not a gym person, simply using part of your early morning to stretch, breathe deeply, and move your body will set you up for a more energized, focused day. Over time, this daily physical care builds a stronger, healthier version of you, not just physically, but mentally too. 3. Extra hours for growth learning, planning, and reading. If you've ever said, "I wish I had more time," the 5 a.m. mindset is your answer. By waking up earlier, you essentially create extra hours in your day, hours that you can invest in your personal growth. Think about the goals you've been putting off because you don't have time. Learning a new skill, reading more books, practicing a language, working on a side business, writing that book you've been thinking about for years. These things don't magically happen. You have to make space for them, and those quiet morning hours are the perfect space. When you use your early mornings for learning or creating, you're investing in the version of yourself you want to become. You're telling your mind, "My growth matters, my dreams matter." It's also the ideal time for planning. Most people wake up and immediately go into reactive mode, responding to whatever the day throws at them. But at 5 a.m., you can take 15-20 minutes to plan your priorities, review your goals, and make sure your day is moving in the direction you want. And let's not forget reading. Countless successful people credit their morning reading habits for their knowledge and perspective. Warren Buffett, for example, spends hours each morning reading before starting his work. That may not be realistic for everyone, but even 20-30 minutes of reading in the early hours can feed your mind with new ideas and perspectives that shape how you think and act. Over months and years, these extra hours compound into massive growth. While others are still hitting the snooze button, you're steadily building a better version of yourself. 4. Self-respect, confidence proving. I control my day. One of the most underrated benefits of the 5 a.m. mindset is what it does for your self-image. Every time you wake up early, even when you don't feel like it, you're sending yourself a powerful message. I am in control of my life. This simple act builds self-respect. Why? Because you're keeping a promise you made to yourself. You said you'd wake up at 5 a.m. and you did. That's not easy. Most people break promises to themselves all the time, skip the workout, eat junk food, procrastinate on important work. But when you start consistently following through on your morning commitment, you begin to trust yourself more. And trust in yourself turns into confidence. You walk into your day already feeling like a winner because you've already achieved something before most people have even opened their eyes. This confidence doesn't just stay in the morning. It carries into your work, your relationships, and your long-term goals. It also changes how you see challenges. If you can beat the comfort of your warm bed, you can handle a difficult conversation, a tough meeting, or a big project. That's why so many high performers say, if you win the morning, you win the day. It's about creating a victory that fuels all your other victories. Over time, this consistent self-leadership becomes part of your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries to be disciplined. You see yourself as someone who is disciplined. And that mental shift is what keeps you going, even when motivation fades. In summary, the benefits of the 5 a.m. mindset go far beyond just having more time. You gain mental clarity, better health and energy, extra hours to grow, and a deep sense of self-respect and confidence. These changes don't just make your days better. They make your life better. And the beauty is, you don't need to wait for the perfect moment to start. You can experience these benefits as soon as tomorrow morning. But knowing the benefits is only half the battle. The real challenge is making the habit stick, and that's exactly what we'll cover next. Part 4. How to build the 5 a.m. habit. Now that you know why waking up at 5 a.m. works and what it can do for your life, the next step is actually making it happen. And here's the truth. Most people fail at this, not because they can't wake up early, but because they try to do it the wrong way. They set a harsh alarm, try to change overnight, and then give up after a few days. Instead, you need a plan that works with your body, your mind, and your lifestyle. Let's break it down into 5 practical steps so you can turn the 5 a.m. mindset into a habit that lasts. 1. Start gradually. Don't jump straight from 7 a.m. to 5 a.m. If you normally wake up at 7 a.m., trying to suddenly switch to 5 a.m. is like running a marathon without training. It's going to hurt, and you probably won't stick with it. Instead, start small. For the first week, wake up just 15-20 minutes earlier than usual. If your current wake-up time is 7 o'clock, aim for 6:40. Stick with that for a few days until it feels normal. Then move to 6:20, and so on. In 3 to 4 weeks, you'll naturally reach 5 a.m. without shocking your system. This gradual approach also helps your body adjust its circadian rhythm, your internal clock, so you feel tired earlier in the evening and more alert in the morning. By giving yourself time to adapt, you reduce the urge to hit snooze and make the change feel natural instead of forced. Remember, consistency is more important than speed. It's better to take a month to reach 5 a.m. and stay there than to push too fast and quit after a week. 2. Night routine first. Good morning. Start the night before. Here's the secret nobody talks about. Waking up early actually starts the night before. If you don't prepare your body and mind for rest, no alarm clock will save you. The key is sleep quality. That means going to bed early enough to get at least 7 hours of rest and making your environment ready for sleep. Start by shutting off screens, phones, TVs, laptops, at least an hour before bedtime. The blue light from screens tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, making it harder to fall asleep. Instead of scrolling on your phone, try reading a book, journaling, or listening to calming music. Keep your dinner light and finish eating at least 2 hours before bed so your body isn't busy digesting when it should be relaxing. Another powerful trick is to have a wind-down ritual. This could be dimming the lights, sipping herbal tea, stretching gently, or writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, your brain will associate these actions with sleep, helping you drift off faster and wake up refreshed. When your nights are calm and restorative, your mornings become much easier, and 5 a.m. starts to feel like a gift instead of a punishment. 3. Morning ritual plan. Know exactly what you'll do when you wake up. One of the biggest reasons people fail at waking up early is because they don't know what to do once they're awake. They get out of bed, feel lost, and then end up scrolling on their phone or going back to sleep. That's why you need a morning ritual plan. Before you even start waking up early, decide exactly how you'll spend the first 30-60 minutes. The key is to make these activities meaningful, things that energize you, inspire you, and move your life forward. For example, journaling. Spend 5-10 minutes writing about your goals, your thoughts, or what you're grateful for. Meditation or prayer. Clear your mind and center yourself before the day begins. Exercise. This could be stretching, yoga, a short run, or a home workout. Moving your body in the morning boosts your energy and focus for the rest of the day. Learning or reading. Use the quiet to absorb new knowledge, whether it's from a book, an online course, or your own studies. By having this plan, you remove the decision-making in the morning. You don't waste precious willpower figuring out what to do. You simply follow the routine. Over time, this ritual becomes automatic, and waking up early becomes something you look forward to. 4. Accountability tracking. Don't do it alone. Changing a habit is easier when you have someone or something keeping you accountable. Tell a friend, a family member, or a coworker about your 5 a.m. goal. Better yet, find someone who also wants to wake up early and do it together. You can check in with each other daily or share your progress through text messages. You can also create a simple tracking system. This could be a calendar where you mark each day you wake up on time, or a habit tracking app on your phone. Watching your streak grow can be incredibly motivating. It turns your goal into a game you don't want to lose. Some people even post their wake-up time on social media as a public commitment. Others join online communities or challenges where members share early morning wins. The point is, when someone is expecting you to show up, you're far less likely to let yourself off the hook. Accountability turns your 5 a.m. wake-up from a personal wish into a promise you intend to keep. 5. Overcoming the snooze button. Winning the first battle of the day. Let's be honest, the snooze button is the enemy of the 5 a.m. mindset. Those extra 5-10 minutes in bed feel tempting, but they usually leave you groggier and less motivated. If you want to win your mornings, you have to win this battle first. One effective strategy is to put your alarm clock across the room. This forces you to physically get out of bed to turn it off, which makes it less likely you'll go back to sleep. Another trick is to use a second alarm. Set it on your phone and place it in another room entirely. That way, even if you manage to hit snooze on the first alarm, the second one will pull you up for good. As soon as you get out of bed, drink a glass of water. This rehydrates your body after hours of sleep and helps wake up your system. Then immediately start your morning ritual. Don't give yourself a chance to debate whether you should stay up or go back to bed. Some people even use wake-up anchors, specific actions that signal to their brain that it's time to be alert. This could be playing your favorite upbeat song, splashing cold water on your face, or opening the curtains to let in sunlight. The key is to remove as many opportunities as possible for your sleepy brain to talk you into lying back down. Once you win the first 5 minutes, you've won the morning. In summary, building the 5 a.m. habit isn't about sheer willpower. It's about creating the right environment, routines, and systems that make waking up early feel natural. Start gradually so your body can adapt. Fix your night routine so you get quality rest. Plan your mornings so they're filled with purpose. Use accountability to stay on track. And finally, conquer the snooze button so you win the first battle of the day. If you follow these steps consistently, 5 a.m. won't feel like a struggle. It will feel like your most powerful hour. And once you own that hour, you'll start to see changes in every part of your life. Part 5, the mindset shift. At this point, you understand the science, the benefits, and the practical steps of waking up at 5 a.m. But here's the most important thing I want you to take away. You're not just waking up early. You're becoming the kind of person who takes control. The real power of the 5 a.m. habit isn't the clock, it's the identity shift. It's moving from I wish I had time to I create the time. It's from living life reactively to living life intentionally. When you get up before the world wakes, you're sending a message to yourself. My goals matter. My future matters. I matter. And over time, this quiet, consistent action changes how you see yourself. You stop identifying as someone who's always behind and start becoming someone who is ahead, connecting the morning to your future vision. Think about the life you want 5 years from now. Maybe you want to run your own business. Maybe you want to be in peak health. Maybe you want to master a skill, build financial freedom, or create more time for your family. Now picture this. Every single morning at 5 a.m., you're doing something that builds that life. You're writing the book that's been in your head for years. You're studying for that certification that could double your income. You're working out to get stronger and healthier. You're meditating to sharpen your mind and stay calm under pressure. This is the connection most people miss. The early morning isn't just extra time. It's your private workshop for the future you're building. Every sunrise is an opportunity to take another step toward the person you want to become. When you think about 5 a.m. like that, it stops feeling like a sacrifice and starts feeling like a privilege. The power of identity-based habits. Here's a secret from behavioral psychology. Lasting habits don't stick because of motivation. They stick because they match your identity. If you just tell yourself, I'm going to wake up early, it's a task. Tasks can be skipped. But if you tell yourself, I'm the kind of person who values discipline and growth, waking up early becomes part of who you are. And when an action becomes part of your identity, you protect it, you nurture it, and you keep it alive even when it's hard. This is why 5 a.m. works on such a deep level. It's a daily vote for the person you're becoming. A simple journal exercise to lock it in. I want you to grab a notebook right now and write this down. Tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. I will, then finish the sentence with one specific action that will move your life forward, something small but meaningful. It could be, write 500 words of my book, go for a 20-minute run, study one chapter of my course, plan my week in detail, meditate for 15 minutes. The point is to make it crystal clear what you're getting up for. When you know exactly what's waiting for you, your brain is far more likely to follow through. Do this every night for the next 7 days. Before you sleep, write down exactly what you'll do at 5 a.m. And then when that alarm goes off, remind yourself, this is who I am now, the final word. At 5 a.m., the world is silent. No traffic noise, no constant phone notifications. Just you, your thoughts, and the day ahead, completely untouched by anyone else's demands. It's a sacred window of time, and it belongs to the few who dare to rise. The truth is, most people will never do it. They'll hit snooze, they'll promise themselves tomorrow, and then watch tomorrow turn into next week, next month, next year. But you don't have to be like most people. At 5 a.m., the world belongs to the few who dare to rise. Will you be one of them? Here's your challenge. Tonight, set your alarm for 5 a.m., not 5:15, not 5:30, 5 o'clock, sharp. Before you sleep, write down exactly what you'll do when you wake. Have it ready. So when that alarm rings, there's no hesitation, only action. Remember, this is not about becoming a morning person. It's about becoming a person who chooses discipline over comfort, purpose over laziness, and the future over the present moment's temptation. The people who change the world don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them. And every single day you get to choose whether you're building the life you want or letting it slip away. This is your moment. Take it. So this is Mind-Blowing Motive, where we help you take charge of your life, one powerful habit at a time. Subscribe now and join our community of action takers. Your 5 a.m. journey starts tomorrow morning. The question is, will you answer the call?